Hey everybody, it is Monday, July 27th. And it just dawned on me that my vlogcast is pretty fucking budget, right? Like, no logo, no real professional editing, not even any amateur editing. It's just me talking in front of this camera. And so I'm gonna look into getting some production or building some production value into this, so we can take the viewership up to 37 instead of 34 per episode, right? And but anyways, yeah, it's Monday. It's been a while since I last checked in with everybody. Hope everybody is well and in good spirits. Man, this is definitely not the summer of fun. Um, this fucking pandemic is ruining my summer, but you know what? I guess at least we're not kids, right? Like, can you imagine the high school
Yeah,
kids? Like, they're just fucked 3 ways from the weekend
we can
on this whole
drink
deal. Yeah, we can drink.
and
Heck,
help us forget we're old.
right? We could even day drink if we wanted to, right? Like, I might be better at my job if I was day drinking. Um, for the record, I'm not. Or maybe I am. You guys will never know.
No, we're not. Never.
Yeah, no, we're not doing any day drinking, unless you count LaCroix as day drinking, right?
Which, by the way, this new LaCroix, I don't know if you can see it. You
Oh
want to show
yeah,
that? It's like our new fave.
yes, the watermelon flavored LaCroix is definitely one of the one of the better flavors. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing all right, man. This summer just sucks, flat out sucks, right? Like, it just dawned on me this weekend we hadn't even gone to the beach once since we've moved out here closer to the beach, and um, we really haven't been doing anything, and that sucks. So I hope you guys are. Oh, you guys are. I see on the socials where a lot of you guys are, finding different ways to go out and still have, an adventurous summer. I got one friend who went out to Zion, Utah, and he's doing some outdoor camping out there. And um, to be honest, I'm kind of really curious to see the photos that him and his girlfriend come back, or his wife, his girlfriend. Wow, I get Morgan in a little bit of trouble over here. um, that they come back with, just so I can kind of, you know, live through them, and imagine what it would be like to be on vacation. But and I shouldn't say that, right? So we took kind of a vacation. Vicky and I had to go back to North Carolina, back to Raleigh, a few weeks ago, and it definitely wasn't under it wasn't vacation or leisure time driven. We had to go back for a funeral. Um, but we tried to make the best time of it while we were there. It's insanely hot. Like, I haven't been back there in the summertime. Well, I take that back. I was back there the previous summer in the summertime, but it just was insanely hot and humid, right? Like,
Yes.
insane. Like, I don't know how I lived there for that long. But it was nice to get back there and see family and friends, and we went out and did um, some craft beer tasting. Um,
Love it.
Great spot over there. I'm trying to remember, in downtown Raleigh. What was that place called? The brewery or the garden?
The garden. Beer
Yeah,
garden.
the beer garden, downtown Raleigh.
So good.
That was 5 stars. It's kind of nice, everybody's, kind of staying home, and not too many people are wanting to go out. So, yeah, it's pretty nice to have some space and not have to be dealing with a bunch of people. So that was pretty cool. We got to partake in a bunch of local North Carolina brews, dominantly from the Asheville area. So there's some really good beer making going up in the mountains of North Carolina. So definitely check that out if you got the chance. Um, Other than that, the trip was pretty cut and dry. I'll try and post some pictures into the video if I can. Going through LAX, we took a night flight out, and it was like desolate, right? It was almost eerily Empty. Never in my entire life. I grew up my entire life essentially in Southern California, flying out of LAX, and never in my life had seen it like that. When we returned, we were coming back in the morning, and there was definitely a little bit. It was busier, but still nothing like that we've ever seen before. But traveling, they're not social distancing on the flights, so you're still packed in there like sardines. Of course, you got to wear masks, but I'd recommend definitely taking Vicky, like being as prepared for everything as she always is. Had us covered. She had the wipes, the wet wipes, so she was wiping everything down, wiping,
Disinfecting wipes.
disinfecting our phones and anything that we would touch or any and our seats. So that it was a little it was kind of a little nerve wracking, knowing that you're, in a plane within close proximity to everybody, but um, we made it through. Other than that, the trip was a lot of fun, and then we got back here, and then kind of you get right back to work and get back in the swing of things, and that's pretty much it for the Raleigh trip, and just I think I've found that since we've been not being able to be out so much, that I'm like looking for news articles or entertainment like anywhere I can get it, right? So, and it's been kind of funny, right? Because you see there's some crazy shit going on in the world, right? Like it's out there going on. I mean, I was reading an article this morning about these identical twins that are dating this dude, and I don't remember where they're at. But these twins are so mesmerized, infatuated by this whole twin connection thing that they do everything at the same time. Like they literally will take a shit at the same time. Like, how do you even coordinate that? Like, do you have to be with that person? Do you eat? I am assuming they eat at the same
Well, I
time.
thought you read that they have the exact same diet and consume the same amount of calories.
Right, they do. They consume the same amount of calories. They exercise the exact same routine, the exact same amount of time. I kind of almost want to run an experiment. Like if we did that, like would we like both be dropping a deuce at the exact same time? Like
Probably.
our bodies are different though. Like the love machine runs a little differently than the average human body. So I don't know that anybody, even if we ran the same routine, but yeah, it's like crazy that people in their head are like, yeah, this is like normal. Um, so interesting enough, they want to be pregnant at the same time as well and give birth at the same day and time as well. Um,
That's weird.
yeah, so right away, I go into like caveman mode and I'm like just thinking of the dynamics of how that could work, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, like kind of that old saying, you can't be in two places at once, pun intended. So yeah, I guess they would have to do like was it in vitro?
In vitro.
Yeah, in vitro, right? What are they gonna do? Like have a fucking countdown? It's gonna be like 3, 2, 1, go, and then they both like they do whatever they have to do to make that process work. Like Jesus, it's like they're like counting down the new year or what? And
How old were those ladies, anyways? Because maybe that's the only way for them to get pregnant at this point.
it
I mean,
might be.
artificial insemination.
Yeah,
Which they could do at the same time.
okay. They look to be like in their 30s. Definitely had like some augmentation to
A lot.
to the fun areas. Um,
Add to the face.
and to the face. But the guy too, like I'm just gonna say it, like he looks like a mega doucher, and but lays down at night with two chicks, and I don't know. That's got to be a weird dynamic, right? Like, I wonder if he ever mixes up their names because they look identically the same. Like, how do you know? How do you know who's who?
But it's not like they're gonna be bothered by it. They probably think it's funny.
Hmm. Man, there is like a new normal in this world that I think most of us will never understand, right? mind blown.
I think that kind of stuff has been around forever, but because you didn't have access to that information so easily, we never heard about
The
it.
dawn of the internet, right? Um, hmm. But anyways, it's stuff like this that like it makes me strive to like go further into the world and understand, new depths of weirdness, right? Um, Also, I was reading that Lou Williams, he's a basketball player for the Los Angeles Clippers. He was excused from the bubble, and for those of you who don't know, the NBA, they have what they call a bubble where they've controlled all of the um, personnel and living space, playing space, where the NBA players will play their games and live for the next few months while they finish out their season. And it's all access controlled. So once you're in the bubble, you're considered clean or safe, and you're not allowed to leave that bubble. Well, Lou Williams needed to leave the bubble for a funeral, which is very understandable, right? So he left the bubble, but instead of leaving the bubble and going to the funeral and coming back, he ends up at Magic City in Atlanta with um, I can't remember which rapper, but like he ended up with a rapper at Magic City. Magic City is a pretty popular spot, out in the world as far as strip clubs are concerned. I wouldn't know. I've never been there. Um, but again, you got to wonder. You're like, okay, probably don't want to be seen. Trying to keep a low profile. Yeah, let's go to the strip club. And let's go to like one of the most popular strip clubs like in the US. And then we're like posting pictures on social media. I'm like, okay. I don't know that I would post pictures of myself on the strip club even if I wasn't in the bubble, right? Like I damn sure wouldn't, right? Thank God that most strip clubs, like even if you use the ATM machine, it says you're at like some fucking golf country club or something, Because every dude can build a lie around that, right? Not that I condone lying to your significant other, because
We'd find out. It doesn't matter.
you would find out. Jesus Christ, man, I can't take a shit without like
Uh,
a task force looking for me if I'm gone too
Stop.
long.
In your dreams.
Um, but yeah, I was like, damn, my dude, like, really, the strip club? Okay, like, and you couldn't like wait. He couldn't wait. It was like they're only playing for like what, like another month or two. He's like, damn, like if and that's like it was on the top of his list of shit to do, right? Like if you were stuck in this place and you had to eat the food that was there, live in a little hotel room, and the first thing you get out, the first thing you fucking do is like you're going to Magic City.
It's important to some people.
Not me, fam. I mean, I know people got appearances to keep, and
But wouldn't you want to keep that a secret as a player, though?
you would think, man. You would think, and so the other thing is funny, right? So the rapper, right? He deletes the post right away after he puts it out, and let me see if my research department can look up who the rapper was. While that's Vicky,
Okay, so who's the player?
Lou Williams.
Okay.
Um, so what was I saying? Um, yeah, that's like the top of the list. Like that can't be the top of the list. Like I'd go to like Mastro's or something and have like a 20. Well, maybe he already did that before he hit the strip club, or I don't know. But there's like 8,000 other things that I would rather do than go to Magic City or any strip club for that matter. But no, Lou Williams, he needed to get out. He needed to make it rain, baby. Are our strip clubs closed right now? Like, how is the strip club even open? This was in Atlanta, so I guess maybe in the South, the lockdown or the COVID restrictions are a little bit more relaxed. Or yeah, I think they are, right? Because wasn't the mayor was like she was all up in arms.
Apparently, he was there for the wings because everybody that knows him knows that that's his favorite place.
There you go.
His favorite restaurant in Atlanta. Ain't nobody partying, chill out. That's what he says.
There you go. He's just there for the wings. So, what I was saying was, so his partner, the rapper, who
Jack Harlow.
oh yeah, Jack Harlow, um, takes the photo down and basically pulls like a just kidding, and says, "Oh, that was from like last year," and I was like, "Bro, come on, we're not dumb out here." Um, so so Lou Williams, living it up. Now I think he's got to wait like 15 days before he can go back in and like. I mean, there might be some shit from the strip club that like worse than you could catch from COVID, right? You could come back with like something worse than that, right? Like, I wonder if he wears mask in the club.
Thank God for screenshots, because here it is. And it looks like they were wearing their masks.
Oh, so they were wearing their mask in the club. So there you go. It's completely justified.
Should be wearing gloves in there too.
Yep. As long as they were wearing their mask, completely justified. Um, Other thing, it was kind of really sad. I heard this morning, and a lot of you guys know that Vicky and I both are car enthusiasts. We have a Mopar club which we founded and has grown pretty substantially. It started with 3 cars, handful of cars, and now we have roughly between 40 and 50 badged cars, and we have about 20 cars of our club cars showing up at our different events. So we've met some really cool people. And we basically go out and enjoy the cars, make fun of each other. Um, yeah, but I'd heard about a car show in West Hollywood. I believe it was Sunday night, and well, it wasn't a car show. It was actually a takeover. So for those of my straight laced friends out there, a takeover is when a group of people with cars will shut down an intersection, and they're like doing burnouts and doing donuts, and there's usually people hanging out the window. Pretty often someone gets hit. There's some dipshit, standing in the middle or off to the side, trying to video it, and then they get ran over, and it's about a minute's worth of entertainment, like, if you're on your phone and bored, with nothing to do. But anyways, our club does not condone that kind of activity, and it's actually in our club rules that if you are participating in any of those things, that we 86 your ass like right out of the club. We just, we're just not down for that. But anyways, there was a takeover on Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood this Sunday, and apparently there was an altercation with some guys, and you see in the video one guy like pulls his shirt up and he's got a pistol in his waistband, and he's actually pulls his pistol out and he racks it, and he racks around into the chamber, and right about that time somebody from outside the frame just catches that dude's fade, man, just knocks him out. So the guy, and then they're jumping him, right? So the dude's like trying to get up, and he's got his pistol out, and as he's getting up, he squeezes off probably about 5 or 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And you can hear the crowd's like, oh, like the dude got hit in the leg or whatever, but there happened to be just an innocent bystander standing on the corner on the sidewalk at the stoplight. That was a 17-year-old girl who tragically was hit. I don't know how many times she was hit, but it's really not important. And she succumbed to the gunshot wound, and just really tragic, right? Like she was out there, and West Hollywood, or I'm sorry, yeah, West Hollywood, Hollywood Boulevard is a really, really busy place. There's always people there. It's a very high tourist area. So, whether she was there to watch the street takeover, I don't care who you are. If there's a street takeover in some place where you're standing at, you're going to sit there and watch it. You agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's cars doing donuts. It's whatever, but
it's a little entertainment.
Yeah. So this poor girl, loses her life, and she's just, standing there, and it's all due to, egos and testosterone and ignorance. So, the one thing I'll say on that, and maybe I shouldn't, but I did see a GoFundMe page for the girl, for the victim, and they were looking for like 35 G's. So I don't know if they were like planning a funeral to fly her
Just
like first class into the Bahamas, or maybe yeah, maybe that's not so funny. But nonetheless, you like 35 G seemed like a little bit steep, right? But not really kind of the point of the story here. Um, yeah, so it got a little dark there for a minute. Um, yeah, just be careful out there, you know, and there's no need for any drama, you know. Like we've been to a lot of car meets, and you know we've seen a few takeovers too, and there's just no need for it, you know. Like everybody's out there to have a good time and enjoy their cars and um, just love on each other a little bit, you know, or just be, you know, show a little bit of empathy, right? If somebody's, you know, having a bad day, or even if somebody who deserves a beat down, right? Like just walk away from it, you know, and be the bigger person, you know. It's, you know, you just never know, you know, you know, what life is going to have in store for you, and I just feel so sad for that young lady and her parents and her friends, you know, that, you know, lost her to such senseless behavior. The good news is they did find the shooter. He had fled the scene, and they didn't find him until really I think today, till later today. But they did find him, and he'll be charged. And honestly, I hope that dude is I hope he you know I hope he gets it, whatever, you know, whatever he can be charged with. I hope he's charged with the max, and hope that dude sits a long time in jail and has time to think about, you know,
yeah.
what he's done. Anything on top of that?
No, that's just a sad circumstance.
Vicky's like, I'm not touching that. You're like, you talked about the GoFundMe page. She's like, ooh, excuse me. I told you that crooks. Um, yeah, and then another like, again, right in Minnesota, I heard that there was a couple in Walmart in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who were wearing Nazi face coverings. Did you hear about that?
No, Jesus.
Fucking people, come on. And so, and well, before I get into that, let me just put a disclaimer out there. If you're one of those people who are like at the store and you're the police for face masks or the police for anything, not even just COVID related shit, like find something else to do. Like read a book or something, right? Because the world doesn't need you, right? Because there's people following people around with cell phone cameras, and oh, he's not wearing a mask, and oh, he's like, come on, really? Like, but anyways, aside from that little rant, this couple, right? And I'll try and edit in some photos of these two fucking nut jobs. Um, Shopping in Walmart. The one dude's wearing a Trump shirt. I guess that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
That he's not helping the cause for the Trumpsters, right? Like, come on, man. Like Trump is already getting a rap for being a racist. Like, my boy, you're not helping your own team right there. I mean, so of course, someone with a camera is like telling the lady, you know, asking her why she's wearing the Nazi mask, and the reason she gave is
We're making America great again.
I guess they thought they're making America great again. Is the reason that she gave was it had no affiliation to the Nazi Party or to the beliefs of Hitler or the Nazi Party, but it was a protest, a symbol of protest for socialism or anti-socialism in America. I'm like, there's a lot of different ways you could
Interesting.
go about that protest, or to maybe convey that message, you know, direct or indirect. But it was like, looking at that, you're like, I don't think I could ever make that correlation, right? Nazi mask. Oh, socialism. And so one dude was like recording it, or he was in the background just yelling at these people, and he's like, he just kept saying, "We already went to war for that. We went to war for that." And he's like, "The Nazis lost." I'm like, well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. Like, okay. And so these people like felt like that they were just like totally like fine and justified in their actions, and for wearing these Nazi swastikas face coverings. And um, yeah, the lady, man, she looked. They looked a little. I'm just gonna say this, right, and it's my own people, right? So I can say they looked a little trailer, like that, a little bit out of the trailer. They were definitely, yeah, definitely a little bit of trailer, And at Walmart, right? Like you all know, you all been to Walmart, right? Like there's some creatures walking around Walmart, right? Um, but yeah, like let somebody try to pull that off. Like that's Minneapolis, right? Like try and pull some shit. Like go to Walmart in fucking Gardena with a swastika mask on. You wouldn't make it past the fucking Subway, or what are the restaurants, the McDonald's and the Walmarts? You wouldn't make it past the fucking buggy rack, man. You'd be done. Um, I'd like to. Maybe it's upsetting that they were able to get all the way through their shopping because they weren't like engaged or talked or spoken to until they were at the checkout line. So, like, what do you? I don't even know how to react. You're just like going down the fucking cookie row, and you see like, dude, a couple walk by you with a swastika mask on. Like, what do? Do you bite your lip and just be like, oh?
I'd probably get a little mouthy.
Yeah. I honestly.
I'd call that one out. I think that's the one time. Most of the time, I can just peacefully walk away.
Yeah, I don't even know how I would respond on that either, right? Like, I think at first I might laugh, if I'm being really honest. Just the sheer stupidity of it, like, for me would probably be a little funny, but yeah, that is some real. You people are out there, man, and I want to meet and interact with most of you, but just don't have a swastika mask on, right? Like, I probably would have asked why. I probably would have gave him the 5 whys. Yeah, I mean, there's some crazy shit going on. It's been keeping me entertained. I've been trying to like be more productive, with time, but I don't know. I think we all got like the summertime blues just a bit.
I don't have the summertime blues.
You don't?
No. I've got a pool, a spa, a grill, our car, and drinks, and everyone's healthy in the family. Ain't too shabby. It's one summer. We've had 40 of them.
Yeah.
We'll get back to normal. Just, do what's right.
I'm gonna like hit reset on the summer. Like once all the COVID shit stops, I'm gonna be like, woo, summertime. I don't give a fuck if it's February or not.
I'm down. Let's do it.
It's like the summer redo.
Or that just means that next summer, like if things are good, we just enjoy summer twice as hard.
Yeah. And I'm starting to see too, it's unfortunate, right? Because the economic impact, right? And I don't care where the fuck you fall on, like, COVID, the political part of it. Like, it's here, people. Like, whether you believe it or whether you don't believe it or whether you think it's right or whether you think it's wrong, it's here, right? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't stand behind what you believe in, but if you follow me on Facebook, don't. Because, like, I'm just tired. I'll be honest. There's some people that are like some lifelong friends, and I'm just tired of their shit, man. Like, I just kind of am.
I think at this point, I know that people don't like being told what to do, but let's just say it does help, even if you're not a believer, right? But if they say it can help, it's just like the pee analogy. I don't know if anyone saw that meme, but if someone pees on you and you're wearing, you're not wearing pants, neither one of your parent wearing pants, you're gonna get pee on you, right? But if you're wearing pants and someone pees on you, you're probably gonna get a little bit wet, but you're not gonna get fully wet. Now imagine if both parties are wearing pants when this one person pees on himself. Guess what? You're really probably not gonna get any splash of that pee on you. So just wear a mask till we all get better, just so you don't get any cough, spit, or anything, or a little bit of pee on you. That's it.
Man, my mind was like working overtime to follow that. I was like, pee pants.
I'll share the meme with you, and you can maybe post it along with this. It makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, but I guess it was like my whole point in this is like, believe what you're gonna believe, right? Like, but you don't have to force it down, whatever it is, one way or the other. Like, force it down people's throats. And some of you are out there like, just forcing it in every chance you get. You're shoving it down someone's throat, and
Whether pro or against it.
yeah, whether for both sides, yeah. And I'm like, man, like just chill for a little bit, man. Let's talk about or show some more positive shit, right? Because this shit's here. It's it's gonna be here as long as it's gonna be here. We're for the most part out of control of the governing, outside of using your voice to vote, right? You don't like how Newsom is handling the situation, then don't vote for the fucking guy, right? Like, vote for the other guy or woman, right? Um, but yeah, so people, the sad part of it is it's really hitting the economy, especially the service industry, like the barbershops, nail salons, etc. I know where we're at, they're starting to allow some businesses like the nail salons to operate outdoors, which I don't completely get that. Like, you can be outdoors in a fucking tent, but you can't be inside. Okay, maybe we leave that debate alone. But I've seen multiple places close down, and even people and businesses that we've used, that have had that are basically shutting down, or they're struggling to try and to continue on. So it's a shitty situation. I want to hope we're almost out of it. But the take-home message is just be good to each other out there. Like, whether you support one side or the other from the issue.
No need to be nasty.
Yeah. Just be good to each other out here, especially on the socials, right? Like, we've had all the other things taken away, so we're everybody's like really keyed into the socials, and just let's try to be good to each other out there. Even if it's somebody doesn't necessarily believe in what you believe, right? Anything else, Vicky?
Just a keyboard warrior.
Net banger. Yeah, there was one other story too, which I thought kind of on a positive note. For those of you who don't live in California, it's no mystery, right? There's a large immigrant population, Hispanic immigrant population in Southern California, right? And many of the folks in that have immigrated here, right? Aren't able to take normal jobs or any kind of jobs. So they do jobs that are, how would you classify it? Like off the books, or
Street vendors?
like yeah, and that's what I'm getting to, like street vendor type jobs, right? So Vicky got me this really cool shirt. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It says "Protect the Hood," and then I'll turn around, shows the. You see, like the. It's not an elotero. At first, I thought it was an elotero, but